Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Districts, and a Happy New Year to you all, if I haven't said it already. And today's video is all about rolling stock and vehicles today, because a load of new stuff has turned up recently, and this is basically repurposing my stock. As usual, I keep going through my stock, and I also go through other bits and pieces that I have knocking about the flat, which enables me to basically refinance the railway using the finances that I originally spent on the railway. So a number of comings and goings have gone, have been happening. So I've lost a few bits and pieces that I just wasn't using. As usual, I keep looking at things. I'm thinking, am I really using it? I really like it, but really, do I use it? No. And it's just dead money sitting around. And I've really tried to sort of really concentrate on the type of rolling stock I want to run here. And rather than just having bits and pieces of everything, I just want to make sure that the bits and pieces that I do have and the locos and rolling stock I do have is up. One, it's up to the task. As I've been finding out recently, unfortunately, some of my Hornby 66s just really aren't that man enough for the job. Consequently, I have lost one of those 66s. But I've also got rid of some other bits and pieces, some other, again, Hornby stock that I've got rid of. It's mainly the railroad stock. I've still got some really good rolling stock from Hornby that's railroad, but these particular items really weren't cutting the mustard, and I just really thinking, no, they're just not doing anything for me. So I decided to get rid of those. I found some other Lima bits and pieces and other vehicles and EFE stuff and Corgi stuff. So basically, I took that all down to Hampshire Models and basically ended up with a load of stuff that come back. Not everything that you're going to see has actually come from Hampshire Models and Terry. Some of this has actually come via eBay. So, and I will point that out as and when we go along. So one of the first things that I got it's actually quite insignificant, but it's been really difficult to get hold of, and I really wanted one for a long time. And that is a black cab, believe it or not. And I've got a few black cabs, and I've got a few cabs here, and I'll show it to you. But the problem that I was having with one of them was one in particular that I really wanted. Nowadays, the sort of newer style cabs, I like these kind of sort of cabs. These are, I think they call them like the LEVC type cabs. These are the more kind of boxy, newer versions. And then before that, we had the bubble ones. Oops, nearly dropped it. And which are these two, which I really, really like. And I'm sure I had a pink one knocking about, and I can't find it for love nor money. But anyway, but the thing is, what I really wanted was a black cab of this version, and I just couldn't find one anyway until I was at Hampshire Models the other day. And so I've picked up this cute little black cab, and it's really nice. I really like that. So it's like a little, so that's not the rest of the cabs, but this is the cab that I actually picked up. So that's really, really sweet. I really like it. I think it's like a really cute little bubble. So that's really cool. So next on the horizon is that I'm actually building a new extension to the layout. And it's going to be a quarry, and it's going to be very much a cut down quarry, and looking at it from a different perspective. And I'll go into that because I'll do a specific video. The actual extension is built, the track work is actually laid, it's actually connected to the main layout. However, it's not actually scenic or anything like that. So, and it does actually work, and it does work in the manner in which I want it to. And it's based on a number of videos that I've seen on YouTube, and once again, I'll get into that when I do that video. And basically, because of that, I've really been concentrated on my freight, because I do have a lot of wagons to do with stone. And one such set of wagons I've got is directly behind me, which is these HIA wagons from Dapol. And as part of some trading stuff that I did, and I did 2 lots of tradings, so this is the first lot I did. I actually ended up with 4 of these HIA wagons, which are these ones here, which, like I said, the ones that you see here. Like I said, these are by Dapple, as you can see, they're 00 gauge, and basically that is to extend my current rake from 8 to 12. And that's what I did. So I've basically now got 8 wagons of these HIAs, which is really, really, really good, because I wanted to do that. So like I said, I was really trying to consolidate the wagons that I do have, and really sort of the ones that I do have is just to really just make sure that I've got enough for what I want it for. And so that's what I was just trying to do, just build up my current rakes rather than buy a whole new set of rake. But in saying that, I'll show you something in a minute. So basically I bought the 4 of these to make these up to 12. And like I said, and these are going to be used, like I said, as part of the quarry and the stone train. But I'm going to have a few stone trains. So let me just take you closer to these wagons here, and I'll talk to you a bit more about these ones. So these wagons are these Dapple HIA ones, which I've just showed you. This is part of my rake of 8, which is now 12. And these ones are ones that I graffitied and weathered. And the reason why I'm showing you this and the 66 is because I've been experimenting with them. I've been experimenting with them in terms of their couplings, because on the new extension, these wagons are going to have to be backed into the quarry, as in the real quarry that I've seen on the videos. So I've been experimenting with the couplings to see whether or not that they could be reversed in, and sure enough, they can't with the current tension locks couplings that it's got on here. So I've been messing around with other couplings that I have, with drawbars, with KD couplings, and to see how it would work. So the 66 just behind the wagons has actually been fitted with a KD coupling on it. It has been for a little while now, because I was testing it with the container train. And so this wagon here has got a KD on the front, and as you can see probably in the middle here, that it's kind of got this loopy drawbar, and that works well. It reverses fine with these. However, I do want to be able to take them on and off the track quickly, so I'm going to have to invest in some magnetic couplings in order to be able to remove them quickly without having this kind of faff of trying to fit these in. So that's what I've been experimenting with, and I've been using Goswell sidings as part of the quarry, and actually testing the quarry itself with various wagons to see what I need to basically get on by in order to make this work. So I can actually carry on using this droopy sort of drawbar system, but I don't really want to. I really want to get the magnetic couplings just to make it easy to take them on and off the track, and that's the only reason why I'll go with them. But what I will do is I'll have a KD at the back of the train, I'll have a KD say here at the middle of the train, and then at the other end of the train there'll be another KD, so then it can be split up into 2 sets, and all the rest will be magnetically coupled in between. And I think that's the way forward, and that is looking grand. I know it works. I've tested it, so that's cool. So moving along, and we're just slightly further down at Goswell sidings, you'll notice that we've got 2 front end loaders, and these are Stobart ones, and they're part of the Atlas Atlas editions, I think they're called. Next to it is a Hornby 66, which I've also been putting on test, and I love the way I've weathered it. I like the way it looks. Sadly, it's not really powerful enough and got enough traction. Probably needs a bit more weight added to it or something. So I'm still running tests with that one. But yeah, like I said, you know, it probably will end up on my container train or something like that. But I do actually like the work that I've done on that to weather that. That actually looks super. But heading back towards the front end loaders, like I said, they're really, really cool. They're, like I said, they're Atlas editions, and they're really nice, and they swivel. You can move the bucket position up and down. You can also move the front forks up and down. And this one they actually both move, but for some reason, I don't know why, but there's a glue mark between the tyre and the mud flap or something, so it stops it from rotating. But I'm not too bothered. This one rotates, but this one doesn't. But they're going to be static anyway. But they are great. They were very inexpensive as well, to be honest. For what they are, it was very, very inexpensive. They were about £11 each, I think it was. One was 10 and the other one was 11. The hardest part was just to get them out of the box, because for some reason Atlas don't use regular screws like regular people. They've got to use one of these special screws with, I think it's either a star or a triangle or something. And trying to get them out of the packaging proved far more difficult than anything else. But luckily I got away with getting them both out without breaking them. I had to take the Dremel in the end to the screw to try and get to free up the screw, because I didn't have to. I don't know why they just couldn't put a regular screw in it, but anyway. And like I said, here is my Hornby 66 Freightliner, which I really like. I like the weathering job I've done on it. It's just a bit of a shame. I'm still going to run some more tests with it, but it's not really man enough for the job. So next, this next item I'm going to show you, the Atlas Editions one, by the way, the 2 front loaders, if you're interested, they came from eBay. They were eBay purchases, and I think there was something else, but I can't remember what they were. But I think, yeah, it was just those 2 that was, I think, from eBay, the 2 front loaders. Next to show you is something that I've been after for a long time, actually. I'd seen it in Paul's model shop about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, and I really liked it. I wanted to buy it then, but I didn't really have any reason to buy it, so I didn't. Now I do, and so I did. So this next purchase came from Hattons. I did have a look on eBay, but don't be fooled by eBay. It doesn't mean because eBay, everyone tends to think that maybe eBay you can get good bargains, get good deals, and you can, but it's not always the cheapest place to buy stuff. And so proved the point with this next item. The next item is this Oxford diecast lorry tipper truck, and it's absolutely ace. I love it. Like I said, I loved it 4 months ago when I saw it in Paul's shop, but this came from Hattons, and I checked on eBay how much they were selling it for, and I think it was about £27 or something, plus the postage. And some of the postages was like quite ridiculous. Some of it was like about £6 or something, so it's about £32 in total or something. I managed to get this from Hattons for about 23, and that was excluding the postage, so that made it 27, which is about right. So it wasn't a bargain, but it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't overly expensive. It's about right. And like I said, I really do love this lorry, and this again is going to be part of the Quarry scene, so that's why I bought this. And that, like I said, that will go with the 2 front loaders and all this additional rolling stock. And all the rolling stock that I'm showing you that I've got that is new is all basically revolves around the Quarry. So the next thing to show you, and the final thing to show you, is my magic bag. And here it is. Here is my magic bag. Don't be fooled by the fact it says Waitrose on it. But it has in it 4 packs of these, wrong way around, of these Accurascale wagons. And they are absolutely lush. At the moment, Accurascale have been doing a sale, and these wagons were originally like £75. But these were, but the thing is, at the moment, I think they were going for £60. But not all the variants are available. So they've sold a lot, but they've still got some left over. So now if you want to kind of get them, now's a good time to get them, because it's like £30 a piece for a wagon, which in this grand scheme of things is not actually too bad. Because what I'm about to show you, Bachmann do an equivalent, and they want £64.99, I think it was, for one. Not even a twin pack, it was just for one. And that's just like crazy money. It cost you a fortune, a small fortune, just to put a rate together. So I got these HYA wagons, I think they're called. Yeah, the HYA bogie wagons. And I was lucky to get the ones I actually wanted. Now you can still get some other ones, like I said, I think a lot of these variants have gone. However, there are still some to be had. And so before the prices really go silly over the next few years, now's a good time to try and sort of get it while you can at a reasonable price. And the ones that I got are these coal wagons, and these are the GBRF versions. And one of them has got the working tail lamp. I don't know if it's this one, but one of them has, and there's 4 packs. So I've got 8 of these. And again, it was a case of doing some refinancing with old rolling stock that I have that I'm not using, old buildings, old Corgi EFE, Corgi buses or Corgi vehicles, EFE buses and stuff like that. You know, all that kind of stuff that's like, and maybe in some places, I even took old track work to finance things, because like I said, if you've got track work and you're happy with your layout and you're not planning on changing your track work, then all that spare track can still be sold second hand. I don't think everyone takes it, mind you, but this is all ways of, to me, it's like dead money. It's like if it's just sitting here in the flat and it's, you know, not being used, and, you know, I don't like them, or I've changed my era or something, or they don't suit my era, then you might as well just sell it. And, you know, if you can get a good deal out of it, so be it. And then you can end up with stuff that you actually do want, which is current. And that saves you spending your own money from your own bank account, because you're just repurposing the money that you've already spent into the layout, and you just reinvest in it. And I got 4 of these packs. So that concludes the end of today's video. The next video is going to be a layout update. I'm currently in the process of rewiring. This whole unit has been rewired, and so have the links. Not all of the links, but most of the links, because as you know, I've had issues with my links. Now, I believe I've sorted it out now. And there was a couple of issues also. So, and I've also made some track work alterations, not to the actual Goswell sidings itself. It's actually the link that goes to the living room. And that is to try and make a more smoother transition between Goswell and the track that runs towards Chaston Road. So that again will come up on another video. So that's track work that's also been sorted out. I've also done some various other bits and pieces, as well as working on the extension. So there is quite a lot of changes that have been done since my last cab ride video. So stay tuned for another one of those at some point soon. So until the next time, it's goodbye from Mildenhall and Districts, and thank you for watching, and take care. Bye bye.